What is going on, guys? Nash here, and today we are going to take a look at this really aggressive build that I've been playing lately, and it's paid off, so let's go into it. So the perks that I've been using have been revolved around the compound and the recurve bow, so it's pretty much a aggressive archer build, and from these perks you can pretty much see what and how it works. The bow flexor is probably one of the best things that you can pick because you can shoot much faster because it requires 25% less charge time, and with a compound bow you want to just get that 20 plus damage on a target. Now the next one is the leg day. That one is pretty much self-explanatory because they removed it from the kill perks, so if you want to run away from the target and still shoot him, like use the combination of jumping and just turning around and shooting your target, it's pretty much, you know, useful if you know how to do that. And of course the cannibal is good for killing an opponent and then restoring your stamina to full so you can engage another enemy if you're fighting multiple enemies. And of course you get that extra additional health. So I know a lot of people, you know, don't agree with this build because it's pretty much aggressive and it doesn't give any defensive, but it does really pay off if you are aggressive in the early and the mid match. So the bows that you can use and you should use are the compound and the starter crafted bow, because a curved bow you can get with an early airdrop like this because they have implemented early range weapon, but it chooses between the auto bow and the recurve bow, so there is a chance that you'll get the auto bow, which is not that great compared to a recurve bow, and of course it just goes well with the perks that you have. But if you want to risk it for the biscuit, I suggest picking that. But if you are, you know, lean to waiting a couple of minutes into the mid game, around 18th to 19th minute, I suggest going with the mid compound bow because it's only 100 funk to get and it's pretty easy and it deals massive amounts of damage. Now as for the perks that they have added into the game, you can make some, you know, modifications, like except for the leg day and survival, but the only thing I would change is the bow flexor. So instead of the bow flexor you could go with the ranger because it increases the damage by 10% from all the range weapons. So let's say you have a compound bow, it deals 20 damage, and with the all painless it's 22, plus with the ranger it's 24. It's pretty much like a tier 3 weapon, which is insane. So with the leg day, cannibal, and the ranger you can do some crazy stuff if you are on a proper distance, but if you're fighting close range I suggest going with the bow flexor. Now of course you can make some modifications on this build, like let's take like cannibal out and maybe take thick skin, because it is really useful if you're fighting somebody that has a good bow or just a golden arm build with the spears, and it reduces damage by 30%, which is insane. So if you want to go with a more tanky build, go with the thick skin. But all of these 3 perks I've chosen with a reason, because it is for the extremely aggressive archer build. So with this build you can get a lot of kills, and I've tested it in many games. It's probably the most useful when playing solo. If you're playing together I would suggest maybe modifying this build a bit, because mostly you want to play like 1 versus 1 matches in this one, because in 2 versus 2 it's kind of hard to get the distance on the enemies because you have 2 targets to shoot at and you can just, you know, spend that ammo on the bow really quickly. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this build of the extremely aggressive archer. I've been lately enjoying playing Culling because they have updated this game much and, you know, introduced the older perks in the game, and of course some new one like a blood guzzler and Sixth Sense become alerted when a player is within 20 meters. This could be good when playing against a target who has stealth with a blade. But yeah, like there's so many things that you can combine. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, I can't wait for them to introduce more and more of these perks and the airdrops and see what can they bring to the game. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. They've changed the combat, they've changed the perks, introduced new airdrops, and of course removed some of the kill perks, which is good. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed my videos, and click that like button if you did, and of course subscribing is optional, but if you want to support the channel, do that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and until then guys, enjoy playing Culling or whatever games you're currently playing, and yeah, see you in the next one. Goodbye.